well, in Eastern teachings, it's often called Sat-Chit-Ananda. That's Satcitananda. I'm sure many of you heard the phrase. Satcitananda refers to the I. The I is Satcitananda. And what those words mean is Sat actually means present. It means being. It means, it's translated as truth. It's like what is always there. What is always there is this sense of I am. In fact, the word sat comes from being. It's like, it's what is. That's its sort of root meaning, is what is. And if you like, being is a verb, and the first person of the verb to be, the first person is I am. So we could say that, it's a recognition of my own beingness. I am is a statement of my own beingness. And chit means consciousness, and it's really the essence of being aware. It's the I, it's kind of said, the I that is aware. But that's not quite true. It's more like the being aware of the world has this feeling of I to it, feels like I. And the word Ananda is usually translated in Western culture as bliss. And I think that goes back to, several hundred years ago when European explorers were discovering Eastern countries, in particular India, and they're coming across new languages, new spiritual teachings, and somehow the word bliss got attached to it, which has this unfortunate meaning in our culture, like some ecstatic thing which takes us totally out of ourselves into some euphoric state. And that, that's certainly something that can happen to us. But if you look at the root meaning of the word Ananda, Nanda means actually contentment. It means contentment. So Ananda, in this sense, means, it's the long A, it's Ananda. The long A in Sanskrit means great or deep. The short A is the negative, not. But the long A means deep, great. And so Ananda means great contentment. And that to me is a better way of translating it than bliss. I mean, bliss is something we can experience, but great contentment is that when we come home to ourselves, that sense of, here I am. That's the great contentment of the natural mind I mentioned earlier, that's not being taken off in journeys of worry, concern, etc. And it's also interesting that that is the same quality, I think, for every single one of us, because I think that sense of being, it doesn't actually have any individual qualities. It's just something, I say, we know is so familiar. And so for me, that means that what I experience as that, because it has no particular qualities associated with Peter Russellness, it must be exactly how it is for you and for everybody else. And so this quality of I amness, I think, is a universal quality, which we all know. So what I'm saying here is we all actually know the same thing here. And if I did know, if you were a friend of mine, all I would know is what I see, what you tell me, how you behave. And we're all very different in that respect. But I can say I do know, each and every one of you, what it feels like when we come back to that quality of being, when we come back to that great contentment. How it feels for you and for everyone else is how it feels for me. Or to put it in your shoes, how it feels for you when you drop back into that is how everyone else feels. So in a way, this is why it's sometimes called the universal self, not in the sense that it's the self of the universe or something like that we tap into. It's a universal quality for all people. We all have the same feeling.